What up, social fam? Happy Friday. Isn't it an absolutely amazing day? I want to wish you all massive success. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. And what is today's subject matter? Today's subject matter is your perception is based off of your reality. All right, so what does that mean? And just to let you know, I'm right now heading to an appointment in Pleasanton, California to meet with a realtor, one of our long-term clients. So I'm maximizing opportunities with doing the video of the day. So a lot of the times you find me in my car. So your perception is based off of your reality. Now, what does that mean, NLK3? Now let's deep dive a little bit more into that concept, that perception. Your perception is your reality. Well, your perception is your reality. Well, think about your reality. Where are you at? Where are you living? What car do you drive? What friends do you have? How successful are they? Are they more successful than you? Less successful than you? Are you friends with a lot of business owners? Are you friends with a lot of CEOs and executives? Are you friends with a lot of people that love sports? Are you friends with a lot of people that are just your normal average working people that work at Walmart, or they work at Target, or they work at Chipotle, and so on and so forth? So your reality forms your perception. That is what other people are thinking and saying and doing will form your actual, perception, right, of that reality. So let me deep dive into this into a sense of your approach, okay? If you don't know something, right, or you don't know something about someone, you may take the approach of trying to understand who they are, what they're doing, and so on and so forth. So maybe you have the best intentions to be able to want to learn from someone like myself. I'm going to use me as an example. You want to learn from me. You want to pick my brain. You want to understand the method of my madness behind the videos and the YouTube videos that I'm doing, and my business and how the business is doing and where the business is headed. Fantastic. That's awesome. But depending on your approach, based off of your perception, okay, based off your perception that was molded around your reality, is going to then dictate the way that you start the conversation, right? So whether you're going to start the conversation off with, wow, I'm really impressed by all the success that you've had, because it looks like the perception from what I've seen, because you've been a part of my reality, you're doing very well for yourself. How are you doing, Norman, right? Now that's one example. Let's flip it on the other side. The other example, okay? I'm getting goosebumps. This is awesome. The other side, okay? Your approach is, are you working? What you're doing, is it working for you? Or what's your whole, why? Does this work? Do people really take value out of these videos that you're doing? YouTube, I don't know, how many views are you getting? Are you really is this something that you actually find that's working? What's your goal, right? That's a different example. Now let's compare the two examples. Example A, the first example, was a little bit of a more positive approach. I see what you're doing, giving you a little bit of praise for what you're doing because it intrigued me. Now I want to learn more. The second example, right, makes me personally feel like maybe you don't understand what I'm doing. You don't really want to understand what I'm doing, and you're kind of setting me up for failure because of the fact that, one, your perception, your reality, based off your knowledge and what you understand, you don't understand what I'm doing, so it's intriguing to you. So instead of you understanding, right, and trying to understand and be forthcoming, that makes me feel like I want to explain myself. You're doing the exact opposite, which makes me feel that I don't even want to explain myself to you. I don't want to say anything, and I'd rather not even have a conversation with you. So you have to think about this. This is a very deep subject matter. Your perception is based off your reality, your parents, your grandparents, your friends, people that you're around you, right? So if you want massive success, you need to have the perception of reality of people that are being massive, they're doing things that are getting them massive success. And if you're going to be around people that are naysayers, or that are going to be haters, or that don't really understand like how to approach something. It's almost like they're setting themselves up for failure themselves. They're self-sabotaging themselves and the conversation because they don't know what they don't know. So really take that in consideration and do some self-evaluation when you think about this big picture about who you're setting yourself around, right? How does that dictate your success and your reality? And when you want to learn something about someone else and what they're doing, being open-minded and coming in with more of an open-minded, way of perceiving the situation, or giving that person a little bit of praise and telling them like what you're doing actually like is creating, some curiosity for me. So I want to learn what you're doing and what you're doing and how you're doing it, because I feel like it would make me understand everything a little bit better. Then that approach is going to make me feel personally like, got it. Okay, makes sense, understood. This is what I'm doing. This is why I'm doing it. And this is how I'm doing it to have massive amounts of success in my life. Okay? So just something that I wanted to deep dive. It's a little bit more of a deep dive video than I wanted to do on a Friday, because at the end of the day, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. Yesterday, I was challenged on multiple forefronts, and I actually was approached yesterday in a sense where it was a little bit more off-putting, and it didn't make me feel like I really wanted to explain myself or what I'm doing, because it just, that perception of that reality and the approach was just completely off for me and made me feel like, really? I don't need to explain myself. So think about that. If you want to mentor, right? You want to be successful. You want to reach out to someone. You know what I'm saying? Think about your approach. And if you've approached someone and they've never reached back to you, or they never called you back, they never texted you back, this could be a good context for that. Maybe your approach was off-putting to the other person that didn't even want to take the time to be your friend, or didn't even want to take the time to really be able to get to know who you are, or let you get to know who they are, because of your approach initially was off. And you know why? It's because of the perception of your reality. It's how you perceive things based off the people that you're around. It comes out from you to that other person subconsciously. And you have to do some deep dive into evaluating yourself and evaluating and understanding the whole concept of this reality. I want to wish you guys massive success. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. Stay tuned for next week's video of the day on Monday, and throughout the whole week, Monday through Friday, new videos come out. Sunday Fun Day, Project Entrepreneur, Cars, Fitness, Entrepreneurship, and Family. Each episode, each week highlights one of those subject matters about Reds, myself, and also Baby J are featured in the vlogs, and then some of our family members and what have you. If it doesn't challenge you, doesn't change you, smash the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and like this video if you're on YouTube, and then if you're on, if you're on Facebook, or you're on, Instagram or LinkedIn, then you're going to go ahead and have to just like the video in the subject matter of the comment, and leave me a comment, follow. And if you're just finally stumbling upon me, I have a whole series of these videos of the day that potentially can enlighten you and help you and support you. Different levels of context of content and different approaches. And I hope you guys find value out of these videos. And thank you for sticking around to the end, because now we're at 8 minutes. This was a long one, but it was something that I wanted to deep dive in a little bit more because, I was inspired. What inspires you? Because whatever it is, use that inspiration to fuel your fire. Oh, and one last thing. If you're one of those individuals that are going to challenge me in what I'm saying because you feel like maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, and you don't understand where this knowledge came from how I actually learned this subject matter and how I, took this perception of this reality, and I came up with this video of the day. Read The 7 Triggers to Yes. It's a great book that is right here, and that will explain more behind the human psychology of the subject matter that I was talking about today. So, make it a fantastic weekend.